Today we're going to be making 2 no-bake cheesecake fat bombs. The first one is perfect for summer. It's a blackberry lime combination. The second is going to be mine, which is a pistachio raspberry white chocolate fat bomb. And we should probably admit something. We've never made fat bombs, nor do we eat them often. But Sarah and I got inspired to make some because last week we actually tried some and they were really, really good. And we thought, why not try some fun combinations and see if they work out? We got our base recipe from a website called Gimme Delicious. We will link the original recipe below. And we're going to be adding our own unique twist on this recipe. And it's pretty simple. All you're going to need is cream cheese, butter, heavy whipping cream, a sweetener of choice. We like to use allulose. We might sweeten it up a little bit more if we want it with some stevia drops. You're also going to need some kind of pan or a mold to put them in. We have these silicone molds that we've used to make sous vide egg bites, and we also use them to make chocolates in another video. These are great. We can link these ones below. They're very versatile. The other option that I brought, but I'm not sure if we're going to use it, is this little mini muffin tin. There's 24 muffins in this. We actually used this in a video where we made keto chicken nuggets that were turned out really good. I like this pan. It's very heavy duty. We can link this one below. And these are much smaller bites. You know, if you want to portion control. Use what portion size is right for you. We're going to be making 2 batches and we're going to be flavoring them different. In this bowl we have 8 ounces of softened butter, 16 ounces of softened cream cheese. We're going to be pouring in 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream, and then your sweetener. We have 6 tablespoons of powdered allulose. I'm ready to go. I have a feeling that we're going to want it a little sweeter, so I'm going to be judging it by tasting it and seeing if we need to add a couple extra drops of stevia in there. Our favorite kitchen utensil, we meet again. Last time that we used this thing, we used the wrong attachment again. So this time we were actually using the beaters because we actually read the directions. We're gonna be honest and say that we did not know that this was different than the whisk attachment. So why are you following us? I'm just kidding. We're not pros. We are just doing the best that we can. It's not plugged in. That's part of the paper. Like, what are you waiting for? I'm going to be mixing these ingredients on medium to high to incorporate everything for about 1 to 2 minutes. All right. Oh my, oh no. We've got like a rogue piece of butter that's just hanging on there. Hello? Okay, alright. It's pretty sweet, but maybe a little bit sweeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. Our base mixture is done, and I'm going to section it up into 2 so I can add the things I want to add in it and Sarah can add her flavors. So I got married in 2019, and at our wedding reception, I actually had pie instead of cake. I decided to go like the untraditional route. One of the flavors of the little hand pies that we had was a blackberry with lime in it. And I was just like, wow, this is so refreshing. Inside of the pie was blackberry and it had like an icing on top. But we're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna be doing a lime kind of cream, and we're gonna drizzle in the blackberry just as a swirl within the little cheesecake bomb. So to my base recipe, I added 1/4 cup of lime juice. You could use freshly squeezed lime juice if you wanted to. I actually bought this container of lime juice from Whole Foods. I also added the zest of 2 limes to this batter. If you want to add more, you can. I just want it to be a light and like refreshing lime flavor. So in my pot, I put in my 1 cup of blackberries with a little bit of water, like 1/4 cup, and then I reduced it on medium to low heat for about 10 minutes until it became nice and thick. And then we added in our sweetener. I'm using allulose. We used about 3 tablespoons, and we also decided to go in with some stevia, liquid stevia, and I added in about 10 drops of that. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and fill our silicone molds. I'm gonna go in first with a tablespoon of our cream cheese mixture that has the lime in it. Our next layer is gonna be our blackberries. I'm gonna go ahead and put a teaspoon of blackberries in the middle, and then we're gonna go back in with our cheesecake filling on the top. We're going to swirl it together to make a little nice swirl in there, and then yeah, we're gonna put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes so that they harden up. Now Emily's gonna make hers. The combination that I chose was pistachio, raspberry, and white chocolate. Added about 1/2 cup of crushed pistachios. Gonna fold this in. One of my favorites is pistachio ice cream. Do you like pistachio ice cream, Sarah? Really? These are lightly toasted and lightly salted. I thought that would give it a nice kind of sweet and salty vibe. Looks really good. Actually, it looks brown, but it's gonna work out fine. So I made my raspberry puree the same way that Sarah made hers. I added 1 cup of raspberries, frozen raspberries, into the saucepan, 1/4 cup of water, stirred that down, mashed it all together, 3 tablespoons of allulose, and 10 drops of stevia. Cook that down, and here is how it looks. I'm gonna be doing the same thing. I'm gonna be swirling this inside my fat bombs. I'm going to be filling them about halfway with the cream cheese pistachio mixture. And then I'm going to be putting a teaspoon in, covering it, stirring it with a toothpick, and then putting it in the freezer. And then afterwards, I'm going to do something extra special. I'm going to be drizzling a little bit of white chocolate on top. God, these are heavy. These things are like a pound a piece. Sarah, yours are not doing well under the light.
Mine are melting. Mine melting.
They look good.
They look like ice cream.
Okay, so Sarah and I, we put the fat bombs into the freezer and we were gonna wait an hour. And we did wait an hour, but I think that we need to leave them in for several hours because Sarah's has collapsed on themselves. Over here, you'll see. This is what happens when you wait. You don't give it enough time to fully set up.
So it's the next day and these have been sitting overnight. Let's see if they're easier to get out. Leave it in the freezer overnight. They'll harden up and be a lot easier to get out of the mold.
I bet you it still tastes good. Mine are more, they're more hard, but they still look kind of weird, not gonna lie. Well, it got pistachios in it. It's got that red raspberry preserves in it. Very little carbs. The only carbs are really coming from the red raspberry, which has a couple, and the pistachios. I forgot to mention, I drizzle white chocolate on top of these. I think that this is a very sophisticated flavor combination. I love it. I think that it's salty because the pistachios are lightly salted, and it's sweet. And it's drizzled with white chocolate. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Just one of those probably would do you.
I mean, this is crazy good. Oh my god. And up next, Sarah's gonna try her blobs that she didn't leave in the freezer. This just goes to show you need to be patient. We are not patient because we are filming this video and it's like 5 o'clock right now. Leave these in for like 4 hours at least.
So mine are melting. They've been out a little bit longer than Emily's have. And yeah, like Emily said, leave them in longer. You can like warm the silicone mold to make them come out a little bit easier. And then you could keep them in a container and then put them in the refrigerator if you wanted to do that. You could keep them in the freezer and then pop one on a plate and let it like defrost a little bit so it gets nice and creamy. This one has like lime in it, so it's very refreshing, perfect for summer. The blackberry is not common. You know, you get some raspberries like Emily did. Very common flavor. Blackberry, not so much. Excuse you.
Let us know if you guys try any of these recipes. If you guys need the exact measurements for these recipes, you can check out our website, ketotwins.com. They will be listed on there if Emily doesn't forget. All right, I'm gonna go enjoy this. If you guys wanna see other content by us, you can click on one of the videos on the screen and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Sarah, Emily's behind the camera, and my husband is coming in the door. And we are the Keto Twins, signing out.